The void was silent, endless, a canvas of black punctuated only by distant stars and the faint hum of drifting debris. No one suspected that, somewhere in the shadows of a neglected sector, a vessel of impossible scale had lain hidden, dormant, waiting. Earth's engineers and strategists had whispered of its existence in secret, a ghost of technology centuries beyond common understanding, a supercarrier so vast it could harbor fleets within its hull and still be invisible to the prying eyes of alien empires. When it stirred, it did so with quiet purpose. Magnetic and gravitational fields subtly shifted around it, bending light, masking its immense mass, cloaking it from sensors and scanners alike. As it glided forward, its hull reflected starlight in strange patterns, almost as if it were breathing. Smaller human ships, mere specks against its colossal frame, fanned out in formation, their movements choreographed with impeccable precision. The aliens who patrolled the sector would never see it coming. Inside, corridors stretched longer than entire city blocks, crewed by humans whose calm focus belied the enormity of their task. They monitored countless systems, quantum engines humming like living hearts, drones and frigates nested within docking bays awaiting deployment, energy shields layered like armor, and weapons poised to strike with the inevitability of fate. For centuries, humanity had waited, learned, and refined, cultivating this hidden predator until the moment was ripe. Outside, an alien scout fleet ventured unknowingly into the sector. They moved with arrogance, confident that nothing could escape their sensors. Yet the supercarrier's vast shadow shifted subtly, and the humans prepared for their reveal. Every calculation had been made: trajectories, velocities, energy dispersions, defensive patterns. There was no room for error. When the first alien probe approached, it was met with a pulse of energy that disintegrated its sensors, leaving only drifting fragments to mark its presence. Then, as if the galaxy itself drew in a breath, the supercarrier revealed itself. A structure of unimaginable scale, its hull glowing faintly with energy conduits, layered defenses shimmering in cosmic light, carrying dozens of smaller vessels ready to pour into battle at a moment's notice. The alien fleets had known of humanity, feared rumors, dismissed myths, but none could have imagined this. A single human warship could not have achieved such awe-inspiring terror. This was a leviathan of strategic and technological mastery, an entire fleet in one vessel, a testament to human ingenuity, patience, and pride. Humanity had not come to negotiate, to plead, or to parley. It had come to assert its existence, to remind the galaxy that the Earth that had nurtured life and curiosity for millennia was capable of feats beyond reckoning. As the first human interceptor streaked outward, cutting paths of light through the void, the aliens began to understand the truth. Hiding, even in the vastness of space, was impossible when humans chose to reveal their strength. The alien fleet, vast and bristling with weapons, had never anticipated a human response so sudden, so overwhelming, and so precise. Their sensors, accustomed to tracking ships by conventional energy signatures, now struggled against the supercarrier's sophisticated stealth harmonics. The humans moved as one organism, each vessel and fighter synchronized with the intelligence at the core of the hidden Leviathan, anticipating enemy maneuvers before they were even attempted. Energy pulses flared across space as the supercarrier deployed its first wave of drones, tiny but lethal, swarming around alien vessels with mechanical precision. Each drone struck with surgical accuracy, cutting engines, disabling shields, and corrupting targeting systems. The alien commanders, once confident and arrogant, felt their advantage evaporate in real time. They had numbers, yes, but humanity wielded intellect, adaptability, and foresight like a weapon far sharper than mere firepower. Within the supercarrier, humans worked calmly, voices measured over the comms. Tactical maps flickered with quantum data, displaying hundreds of enemy positions, shield harmonics, and trajectory predictions. Engineers adjusted energy fields, modulating weapons and shields in anticipation of alien responses. Pilots felt as if the vessel itself guided them, as if human instinct had fused with technology to create something beyond ordinary understanding. Suddenly, alien capital ships unleashed concentrated volleys, beams of destructive energy lancing toward human formations. They expected chaos, confusion, but were met with elegant countermeasures. The supercarrier projected adaptive shields that absorbed and redirected energy, creating pockets of void where human ships could maneuver freely. Interceptors wove between beams like dancers, firing with preemptive timing, each shot calculated to dismantle key systems rather than destroy indiscriminately. The tide of battle shifted rapidly. Alien vessels that had once prowled the void with impunity now scrambled, their formations broken, their cohesion lost. Human drones intercepted escape pods and communications relays, cutting off any attempt to call for reinforcements. And yet, amid the violence, there was a strange serenity in human operations, a moral clarity that distinguished precision from cruelty. The humans were not monsters, they were the executioners of necessity, the arbiters of survival in a universe that had underestimated them. From the depths of the Leviathan, a new wave of human frigates launched. Their engines flared in unison, leaving trails of shimmering light across the darkness. They encircled the remaining alien command ships, isolating them, leaving them with a stark choice: surrender or obliteration. And when the first surrender signals were sent, humanity's response was measured, deliberate, and imposing. There was no need for gloating, no room for hesitation. The presence of Earth's hidden supercarrier had already spoken volumes. The aliens began to understand the lesson too late. Humans were not just another species to be conquered. They were thinkers, strategists, and survivors, capable of orchestrating destruction with the elegance of art and the precision of science. The galaxy had been warned, and the legend of Earth's hidden Leviathan began to spread across the void. The remnants of the alien fleet scattered like frightened birds, yet the humans did not pursue recklessly. The supercarrier moved with deliberate majesty, its vast hull a fortress of intertwined technology and strategy, projecting authority across the void. Every launch bay hummed with energy as frigates, interceptors, and assault drones prepared for synchronized strikes, yet each action was tempered with the patience and intelligence that defined humanity. Above the chaos, the galaxy itself seemed to hold its breath. Stars reflected off the supercarrier's hull in shimmering patterns, energy conduits pulsing like veins carrying the lifeblood of a technological colossus. From its command bridge, humans observed every maneuver, every twitch of alien reaction, and adjusted with uncanny precision. This was no mere battle, it was a symphony of strategy, every instrument of war calibrated to perfection. The aliens, desperate to reclaim control, activated experimental weapons of devastating power. Beams that tore through space with unrelenting fury lashed toward human vessels, attempting to pierce the supercarrier's defenses. Yet even as chaos unfolded, humans countered with methods no alien intelligence had anticipated: adaptive shields that fractured energy into harmless spectrums, decoy drones that mirrored the fleet's signature, and quantum-targeted strikes that neutralized enemy power cores before they could ignite fully. Amid the tension, human pilots found fleeting moments of awe. The vastness of space, punctuated by brilliant explosions and cascading energy streams, was both terrifying and beautiful. Each decision carried weight, each maneuver a balance between life, survival, and the unfolding legacy of their species. Humanity was not just fighting, it was asserting a presence, a statement that survival in the universe demanded ingenuity and courage in equal measure. The battle reached its crescendo when the supercarrier unleashed a strategic maneuver so audacious that the alien commanders could scarcely comprehend it. Entire sections of the ship reconfigured in motion, projecting holographic decoys, launching hidden attack wings, and simultaneously creating a gravitational distortion field that immobilized several alien vessels. The aliens were caught in a trap of their own hubris, their technology clever but predictable, their arrogance a fatal flaw. As human forces closed in, surrender signals multiplied across the alien fleet. And yet, humanity showed restraint. They dismantled weapons, disabled propulsion, and neutralized threats without unnecessary loss of life. Every act was measured, every strike purposeful, a testament to the human capacity for both intelligence and morality. Even in the midst of overwhelming conflict, from the observation decks of distant worlds, reports began to filter in. Humans commanded space not by fear alone, but by mastery, calculation, and the quiet pride of a species unwilling to be underestimated. The legend of Earth's hidden Leviathan, the supercarrier that could deploy an entire fleet from within, began to take shape, not just in stories, but in the living memory of the galaxy itself. The alien remnants fled into uncharted sectors, but the humans did not relent. The supercarrier glided through the void like a predator surveying its domain, its presence alone bending the perception of space. Smaller human vessels fanned out, mapping escape trajectories, cutting off retreat paths, and corralling those who dared defy the command of Earth's hidden titan. Each movement was precise, a choreography of engineering and instinct perfected over decades of clandestine preparation. Inside the Leviathan, the crew moved with a calm urgency. Engineers adjusted the ship's quantum cores, stabilizing the immense power that pulsed through its arteries. Tactical analysts monitored the alien fleet's scattered formations, predicting maneuvers before they could even be executed. The humans had learned patience over centuries. Their actions were not reckless, but an intricate dance of power and timing. Outside, vast fields of energy shimmered, invisible to the naked eye, subtly redirecting debris and manipulating gravitational flows to their strategic advantage. The aliens, battered and cornered, resorted to desperation. Gigantic warships activated planet-penetrating weapons and disruptive energy cascades, hoping to sow chaos among the human formations. Yet each attempt was met with preemptive countermeasures. Interceptors streaked like bolts of light, neutralizing threats before they fully manifested. Drones swarmed like living clouds, tearing into systems with surgical precision. Even the alien AI, revered for its cold efficiency, could not anticipate the fluidity of human strategy. Amid the battle, quiet moments unfolded within the supercarrier. Crew members gazed at the distant stars, reflecting on the weight of what humanity had become. Here, in the abyss, humans were not just survivors, they were architects of destiny, wielding intellect and courage as tools to shape the galaxy. Each calculation, each command, carried the responsibility of an entire species, yet the humans carried it with a serenity that belied the enormity of their task. The turning point came when the supercarrier unleashed a synchronized strike that fractured the alien formation entirely. Hidden weapons, previously cloaked within the hull, erupted in unison, neutralizing propulsion systems and rendering entire alien squadrons inert. Gravity wells and energy traps immobilized the remaining vessels, leaving them exposed, and humanity's fleet moved in for containment rather than annihilation. It was not cruelty, but mastery, the demonstration of power tempered by principle, from the outer reaches of neighboring systems. Observers began to document the encounter, stunned by the spectacle of human ingenuity. Legends were born in real time, the hidden Leviathan of Earth, the silent predator that emerged from shadows to dominate not by raw force alone, but through intellect, precision, and moral clarity. Humanity had reminded the galaxy why it was never to be underestimated. The alien survivors, fragmented and fearful, attempted to regroup, but the human strategy was relentless. The supercarrier moved with deliberate grace, a living fortress navigating the void with the inevitability of time itself. Its sheer presence was a statement. Earth did not negotiate, it enforced its existence with precision and resolve. Smaller human vessels darted like starlight around its colossal frame, each fighter and frigate executing maneuvers pre-calculated and near-perfect, turning every engagement into a ballet of destruction and control. Within the Leviathan, humans worked in quiet harmony. Engineers monitored quantum drives that pulsed with immense energy, adjusting power flows in real time to anticipate every alien reaction. Tactical officers projected predictive simulations, watching hundreds of possible enemy outcomes and instantly selecting optimal countermeasures. Each human action was a fusion of intellect and intuition, of experience distilled into decisive movements. Even the alien AI systems, previously considered unmatched in foresight, struggled to comprehend the depth of human planning. The aliens, driven to desperation, activated their most fearsome weapons, beams that could rip through planetary shields, missiles that could annihilate entire fleets. But humanity's response was elegant and unyielding. The supercarrier projected adaptive shields that bent energy around human formations, while drone swarms intercepted and dismantled advanced projectiles mid-flight. Tactical decoys misled the enemy, creating illusions of fleet movements that sowed confusion and forced miscalculations. For every strike the aliens attempted, the humans had anticipated, countered, and prepared a response that minimized collateral loss. Even in the intensity of battle, moments of reflection emerged. Crew members gazed through observation ports at the vast tapestry of stars, contemplating the responsibility and power they wielded. Humanity was no longer merely surviving, it was defining its role in the galaxy. Every decision, every maneuver, was infused with pride, intelligence, and the moral clarity that separated human ingenuity from simple brutality. The climax of the engagement arrived as the supercarrier deployed its hidden weapons bays in a coordinated symphony of force. Alien command ships were encircled, immobilized, and neutralized with surgical precision. Propulsion cores were disabled, energy grids destabilized, and escape routes cut off. Humanity did not annihilate recklessly, it demonstrated control, mastery, and an understanding that dominance was not mere destruction, it was the orchestration of power with purpose and vision. From distant observation points, other civilizations began to record and transmit accounts of the encounter. Legend spread, Earth's hidden Leviathan, the predator of the void, capable of shaping entire battles from the shadows, had revealed itself. The galaxy learned that humanity was not just another species, it was an intelligence to be reckoned with, patient, clever, and unyielding. The remnants of the alien forces fled into the farthest reaches of space. But humanity did not rest. The supercarrier, a leviathan of engineering and strategy, glided through the void as if it owned the very fabric of reality. Smaller vessels flanked its colossal frame, weaving patterns of light and energy that transformed the battlefield into a stage of deliberate control. Every movement was preordained yet fluid, a testament to human ingenuity honed by centuries of necessity and foresight. Inside the Leviathan, the crew maintained a calm precision. Engineers modulated quantum energy flows that hummed like the pulse of a living organism. Tactical officers tracked every fleeing alien vessel, predicting maneuvers before they could occur, feeding this data to pilots and drones alike. Every system was synchronized, every human action a calculated assertion of mastery over chaos. It was not merely warfare, it was the embodiment of strategy, intellect, and the will of an entire species projected across the void. The alien commanders, exhausted and cornered, attempted one final maneuver, a desperate convergence toward a nearby uncharted system, hoping to escape through gravitational anomalies and hidden star fields. But humanity anticipated this, exploiting the environment itself as a weapon. Gravity wells were projected, energy fields redirected, and hidden drone swarms cut off escape paths. The alien fleet found itself trapped, ensnared by the very space it sought to use for concealment. Amid the tactical brilliance, there was reflection. Crew members gazed at the endless stars through massive observation windows, recognizing that their presence had rewritten the rules of interstellar conflict. Humanity had demonstrated that intelligence, patience, and moral clarity could wield power greater than brute force. Each victory was not a boast. It was a lesson, a reminder that humans were not merely participants in the cosmos, but shapers of its destiny. Finally, surrender signals echoed across the void. Alien ships powered down, their crews acknowledging the inescapable truth: humanity had arrived, not just with weapons, but with strategy, intellect, and a relentless will to survive and prevail. The supercarrier, vast and imposing, drifted through the aftermath, a silent sentinel of human capability and pride. Even in victory, the humans showed restraint, dismantling threats without needless destruction, asserting dominance tempered by principle. Across distant star systems, the story spread. The legend of Earth's hidden Leviathan became a beacon, a signal that the galaxy's assumptions about humanity were fundamentally flawed. They were no longer just a fledgling species, they were strategists, warriors, thinkers, and guardians of their own destiny. Every civilization now knew, to underestimate humanity was to invite calculated, inevitable consequences.